And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 803. Today's Thursday, September 23rd, 2021, and I am King.
And I'm Big Jose, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
Hey, seriously though, that's like a for those who are listening, you about to get free game. That's a acting technique I learned out here, where they was like, you get so used to saying things a certain way in a normal way. They was like, that's not what people want to see. Like they was like, do anything, be different, like start breaking words up just to be different. So I was like, you know what? I got to use my acting technique this morning. We on stage. We about to go to work. The top stories of the day: Bitcoin.org goes offline after suffering scam attack. Crypto Twitter cries foul after noticing NBA star John Wall's NFT has a Fortnite background. SushiSwap denies reports of $1 billion bug. And almost half of crypto owners turn to celebs like Kim Kardashian for advice, a survey says. But first and foremost, what is going on with those prices?
Oh yeah. So our prices for today: Bitcoin is sitting at 44,000. Oh, just went up $44,100, up 4% today. Ethereum at $3,117, up 5.3%. Cardano at 224, up 5.5%. Still surprises at number 3. Binance Coin at $378, up 4.5%. XRP at 99 cents, up 6.7%. Solana, a big bounce back to $147, up 11.6%. Polkadot sitting at $31, up 7%. And last but not least, Dogecoin, 22 cents, up 5.3%. And I do want to point out AVAX that has ascended all the way up to the number 11 spot. A lot of people have been talking about it lately. So again, a lot of coins that have gained a lot of value, they took a little dip, but if you just hold, it looks like the bounce back is coming.
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, with this whole AVAX and everything, I've really been like, here we go again.
Got a new entry into the top 10. Let's see if they can make it.
Officially the fourth cycle type of shit. I'm just making up numbers when I say it's way more than that. But as soon as I started hearing about Avalanche and AVAX, I'm just like, here we go. And they're about to broach the top 10. It's just like, I got to be honest. I haven't even looked at the project yet in depth like I should. I haven't done my deep dive. And this is because you guys get it now. Like some of you been here long enough to get it now. Without even doing the deep dive, you all are telling me Avalanche deserves to be in the top 10 and this is the next big project. The same Avalanche that just got cracked for $35 million a day. All right. I'll take the bait. I don't want the bots in section today. I'll take it. I'll check out Avalanche.
It wasn't hacked. It was a token burn.
Token burn, exactly. It was software. I'll check out all their greatness here soon. And I don't know. I'll ride some of this pump up with you all as I continue to say I told you so on the way up and sell before it goes down. But just off of knowing cryptocurrency and not even knowing Avalanche, I mean, hey, feel free to clip this and in years back. But remember you said this that day? I haven't done my due diligence, but I'm already thinking it's not going to be the one. You're not that guy. You're really not that guy, pal.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Leroy Forbes, what's going on? Chappie, Timothy Grisby, Seller Mike, Michael Kennedy, BK Boren, Best I Raised, Parker, DC, Wendy, Jasmine, Tony Noli, Jared Myers, Garrett, Rendell like Denzel, Fearless Jones, Kadeem, Only the Realest Stays. Good morning, everyone. Make sure you smash that like and share as we get this show going. What's going on? Crypto King, Silver Sailor. Hey, he don't stop pushing. I ain't mad at him. What's going on? Trek, PFC Wills said Bitcoin Zay missed you last night, bro. Was chatting up with Reggie.
Oh yeah, shout out Reggie and Trek. Yeah, Trek hit me up, but I fell asleep yesterday about 9. I was kind of pissed off with the city at that time. I was done. Like I'm sorry. The people in New York are great. Shout out to the Jamaicans in Brooklyn. Shout out to all the good food in Harlem. But Jesus Christ, New York, I don't know what y'all doing with this Vax card shit, but this shit is booty. Oh my God, I can't wait to leave this place. I'm ready to go to DC, man. Not because of people. People are straight. It's funny, people out here are great. It's whatever. It's a lot to do, but again, can't do it unless you got your papers with you. And I'm like,
have
yeah,
your paperwork to be out in public?
man, I couldn't even speak at the conference because I ain't have my papers on me.
Oh man, it sounds like the Taliban and women, except it's just regular American citizens.
Right, it's crazy. I walk into a bar with one guy at the edge, and it's just me and him. It's like 2 p.m. Like I walk in and try grab a drink. The dude's like, "Oh yeah, what's going on, man? What you want?" He's like, "Oh, by the way, you got your card?" I was like, "Nah, I don't have it." I was like, "Let me just grab something real quick. I'm gonna sit over here 6 feet distance." He was like, "I'm sorry, man. Legally, can't give you anything." I was like, "Who are these fucking robots, dog? There's nobody in here with 2 people. Long ass bar, nigga. Just give me a shot so I can continue on my day, having fun." But nope, no card. I ain't show my papers. Sorry, boss.
Hey, they on the load and push the red button. Police outside with a baton. Hey, we got a boy in there. Don't got a vax card.
We got one. Take him off to the gulag.
Or you don't got, take him to the gulag. You ain't got no vax card. All right,
you got no vax card.
Hey, it's a place in hell for people like you. I just want you to know that.
Hey, all I gotta say is they keep this up. New York is gonna look like I Am Legend in 5 years. It's gonna be Will Smith walking through the streets with grass overgrown through all the buildings because everybody's leaving if they keep this up. Jesus.
And see, just inform you, that's what my cousin saying. Cousin, like, just get the back. She losing out on money and all this. I'm like, you know what? If it wasn't where it was at politically, I would get it. But it's the fact that you over here, oh, you're gonna do it.
Yeah. That makes me a little suspicious.
Makes me, I don't know. I mean, hey, y'all know I love God, so hey, I gotta go old school with it. If God wants me today, then He's gonna have me.
Yeah. And I tried to this one place I tried to use religious exemption. I tried to tell them I was a Jehovah's Witness. They was not going for that shit. Not how I dressed. It was like,
I was gonna say you should have brought the bow tie with you.
Man, all right. I don't know what I'm supposed to do out here. I was like, man, I'm dead in the water in New York. I can't do nothing. Man. I've been eating food truck food and ordering food service because I can't eat in no restaurants.
Right. All in New York. Locked down. That's crazy. Well, vax cards, I know those fake vax cards are going to be out in no time, so maybe you got to throw that $250 to get one of those. Who knows? Top story of the day: Bitcoin.org goes offline after suffering a scam attack. That's right. Bitcoin.org previously fell victim to a DDoS attack in July, which hackers demanding a Bitcoin ransom. But it looks like now Cobra Bitcoin.org's anonymous creator announced on September 23rd that Bitcoin.org was compromised, with hackers managing to put up a scam notice on the site. It looks like the site was replaced with a scam asking for free Bitcoin. Do not send funds to that address, Bitcoin developer Matt Corello reported on Twitter. Following a Twitter from Corello, Namecheap temporarily disabled the website. According to Cobra, Bitcoin.org website may be down for a few days. Prior to going offline, users reported that Bitcoin.org was showing a classic fake giveaway announcement, with scammers reportedly managing to collect about $17,000 to their address. So the good thing of this, or of course the bad thing that it was hacked essentially, but the good thing is that people are getting wiser. It used to be you get a quick hack, 3, 4, 5 hours, you can get a quick $117,000. You might be able to get $500,000 in a few minutes, and now that's been replaced with $17,000. So I will say the good thing about this, it was a chance to show, take a pulse of the market. I mean, that 17,000 might be a representative of that low market sentiment we talked about yesterday as well. It's like, no, just ain't nobody paying attention. But also I think is that is people paying attention is just not hidden the same way because people are now aware of these scams. But again, you can see this tweet where it says it's been breached, and visiting the website will have that classic W your money scam on it. What are your thoughts on this? Is it not worrying to see Bitcoin.org getting hacked? Isn't that like a part of the Bitcoin Foundation? Isn't that one of the last things we want to see hacked, or is it not that big of a deal because it's just a website?
Yeah, it's not that big a deal because it's a website, but it is a big deal to whoever dumbasses sent money to that fucking address. Why would you send money to this address? But again, even something that we think is dumb, that is a quick $17,000.
All right, it's gonna be dope and come right back. Let me throw 20.
Coming right back to nothing. Yeah, and the funniest part about this is, people that talk about Bitcoin haven't even visited Bitcoin.org usually, but it is a website that needs to be up just because, of course, that reference point. And again, it wasn't hacked, or again, it wasn't taken down for good. So we're all good there. Bitcoin.org will definitely live on. Just a little slight scare, but I will say it's interesting. Bitcoin is definitely under attack right now. Regulators are coming after it. They're coming after El Salvador for using it. The price dumped on the day that they introduced it. They're putting out news that they're burning ATMs. Now Bitcoin.org gets attacked. A couple protocols have gotten hacked. I think it's an all-out war against Bitcoin at this point. This may be just a small shot in the dark. We'll see.
Well, I actually like this thing from Cobra too, calling them out. They said Bitcoin.org hasn't been hacked ever, which is actually very true to my knowledge off the top of my head. And then we moved to Cloudflare, and 2 months later we get hacked. Can you explain where you were routing my traffic to? Because my actual server didn't get any traffic during hack at Cloudflare. I mean, way to come at them. And they're actually right. I've seen a few things on Cloudflare actually get hacked. So I just found out the other day, a week or two ago, should have known already, but like literally just got the confirmation from it. One of the reasons why drugs in the mail is slowing down here from California and going everywhere. It's not saying it's slowing down a lot because it's not, but specifically like marijuana and stuff. So not even drugs, but going state to state. If we're going to talk about federal law. One of the reasons why it's slowing down is because the people working at the mail place is stealing the weed. Bro, I just found out from some great sources that yes, the reason why some of that weed isn't making it across country, that cannabis isn't making it across country, it's not that the feds took it or somebody else finessed you, none of that. It is literally the people working in the mailroom finding out who has those packages and keeping it and reselling them throughout LA. I say all that because yeah, if you have a website that's big as bitcoin.org that people have wanted to attack and it hasn't been hacked ever, and it's just happening when you move to this new service. Say, hey, listen, if this was a drug deal, it would be a drug deal going bad. All right, somebody got to get shot over this one. How did this happen this time? The deals have been spot on every time. And the one time we invite you in, it goes down like this. Say it ain't so.
Say it ain't.
I don't know if it's Cloudflare, but it is interesting that Bitcoin.org in July and then now has been not only attacked twice, but been breached twice, essentially. Again, we haven't seen this before. And I know coming from the Bitcoin developers, it's probably pissing them off because it's one of those things where they're probably not paying that much attention to it, but now they are. Now they're like, all right, you want us to go in there harden security, then let's harden security, starting with Cloudflare, which is who they pointed out first. It's pretty crazy to see that, but like you said, I'm going to go ahead and pull up bitcoin.org for you folks. Make sure you check this out. It's one of the first resources you should actually be going to when you talk about Bitcoin. So pretty cool website, tells you everything you need to know about Bitcoin. All right, crypto Twitter cries foul after noticing NBA star John Wall's NFT has a Fortnite background. What's going on with this?
Oh man, so yeah, John Wall got called out on crypto Twitter, mainly by Twitter user 0x Function. He stated, celebs really think they can come into an industry they know nothing about, never interact with the community, then launch a scam project they'll abandon in 3 months. Yeah, welcome to crypto. That's been happening for years now. Floyd Mayweather,
we get mad and we push back against these people popping up.
I can tell you, the celeb worship in a financial and tech-based community, it has no bearing to me. It makes no sense except for marketing. And of course, if you look at the John Wall background, it is directly taken from Fortnite. And it could have some trouble getting sued from Epic Games. Again, John Wall put out his project as a 600 Ethereum valuation, $1.7 million. So basically, Twitter was basically saying, hey, if you're going to have a $1.7 million NFT, at least have your own backgrounds, not somebody else's. So again, it says here as well, and I've seen this too, many have criticized Solana and Polygon for cloning CryptoPunks, rebranded as Soul Punks and Polygon Punks. And I told somebody this the other day. I said the funny thing about NFTs are if one collection gets popular, you know a copy is coming right after that. They're going to copy it.
Shiba Inu and
all of it. They're going to copy it because as soon as people are like, dang, they just made 10,000%. What's the next one? That's everybody's next thought is if I get one of these the next collection. That's why Soul Punks took off. They were like $200. Now Soul Punks are going for like 10K. So yes, and I feel like John Wall copying could be an issue, but again, I'm sure they'll figure it out.
They went from 200 to how much and how long?
I think the last one I saw get sold was around 10,000. Soul Punks. I don't know what the floor is, but that's
been a short amount of time, correct?
Yep, less than a couple months.
Wow, that's crazy. I was looking for the Balmain and Fortnite collaboration that other people were pissed off of as they did like a teaser trailer in New York, I think it was. I was going to bring that up too. But yeah, I mean, people, this is why we always talk about the Mark Cubans, the Elon Musk, even Michael Saylor, when he first jumped in, bought a bunch of Bitcoin, started talking too loud. Like those are the notable You know, billionaires we talked about. We talked about the rappers who jump in and out. We talked about the celebrities. We'll be talking about one today. But we keep talking about this because, yes, this is an issue in the market where we're talking about financial and economic theories and things, as well as technological ones. And you have people from the entertainment industry that's not using, like, that's not focused on this industry and coming out and dictating and saying, or just using the community to pump and dump things. So I'm glad the community is noticing. Shout out to FX or 0x function, or whatever. The Twitter user, I'm glad that they did notice it. The only thing I'll push back on is this whole, and again, this is not just in our industry, this is everywhere, but this whole, there could be legal issues if you didn't get permission to use the images. And listen, when people get talking about legal stuff, like, stay in your lane. Your lane is not all of a sudden you're a lawyer, you went to law school, or even if you are a lawyer and went to law school, you should already know putting that out there publicly is that bad juju, bad energy. I am very sure somebody probably pulled up to John Wall and was like, hey, we do a quick, I can make you a quick NFT and I can give you $600,000-$700,000. I get to keep the rest. Cool. Boom, quick NFT. He saw it, co-signed it. Cool. I don't know nothing about no Fortnite, no Epic Games, no stealing and images and like, what? I'm a basketball player making $40-some million a year, which I don't know why he would even do this. Or going back to the first point, a buddy of his probably told him about it to do it. So I'm not with this whole legal stuff and like, here they go. Everybody, man, I tell you, humans love to cry to that daddy and nanny state. If it's a real issue, then go handle it. Like, goodness gracious. But this is crazy to see. I'm glad it's being called out. But I won't bash John Wall too hard. I think he's one of those people, victim of not really knowing and low-key kind of being greedy, because when you're getting paid $40 million to play basketball, your ass should just be playing basketball.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, you need to be in training camp next week. Might as well just focus on that, player.
You know what I'm saying? I got this 40 million, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this 1.7 over here. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. That is how you get sued for the other 40. Like, you know, it's kind of crazy. All right, SushiSwap denies reports $1 billion bug. That is right. SushiSwap is coming under attack as claims by a self-professed white hat hacker about a major security risk to SushiSwap liquidity providers have been rejected by one of the exchange's devs. This is actually, you know, interesting to see a hacker come out and say, hey, there's something wrong, and developers saying, no, you're wrong. What are your thoughts on this and what's going on in this story?
Oh man, so it's the white hat hacker that was identified earlier. He claims to identify a vulnerability within the emergency withdrawal function in two of their SushiSwap contracts, Master Chef V2 and Mini Chef V2, contracts that govern the exchange's 2x reward farms and pools on SushiSwap's non-Ethereum deployments like Polygon, Binance, and Avalanche. Basically, if that sounds like another language, basically all that means is the liquidity pools that are used could be siphoned more than $1 billion if this exploit was used. And this white hat hacker basically was telling them it can take 10 hours for signature holders to refill the rewards account, and then some pools will be empty multiple times a month, which is no bueno if you're actually trying to have a protocol. So he's taken to Twitter to reject the claims, stressing that the threat described is not a vulnerability and no funds are at risk. So SushiSwap is pushing back. They don't want people to think it's something going on, because I can tell you right now, if there's a headline that says SushiSwap lost $1 billion, that project's done. So I can see why he would push back trying to defend his business, but they should have talked in private, actually, to try and figure this out, work something out, pay him a little money to help fix the vulnerability, and then move on from there.
Now, what I will say from having knowledge about all this is like SushiSwap is basically saying the hackers claim that someone can put in a lot of LP to drain the reward faster is incorrect. Reward per LP goes down if you add more LP. For those who don't know, that is liquidity provider, essentially staking your funds, essentially. Now, I agree with Sushi, because from what I've seen with most of these protocols, they're right. That's why people don't tell people about yield farms. Everybody keeps like, and for those in the masterclass, I am going to do another very short 5-minute to the point collateralized loan and yield farming, because some people say they're still a little bit confused on that stuff. No worries, we'll do another very short video for that and add it to the class. But also, even when I created, I had to go back and rewatch it 2, 3, 4 times, and I created it. So I am telling you, as a person who's consuming the content, you definitely need to go back and watch it 3 or 4 times. It's not a one time I watch it and I get it and now I can yield farm and collateralized loan. No, it is a little bit more difficult. So I would highly suggest you go back and watch it a few times as you're doing it. But I'll also make a shorter version to make it quicker and more efficient to the point. But one thing about liquidity pools is, yes, by and large, the more you add liquidity, the lower that APY goes. So for most liquidity pools across the board, every time people add more money to it, then the less money you can get out of it. So they're saying that that's not even possible because the way the algorithm is set up is that your reward would go down, as I just said. Now, what is not taken into consideration though is, and I kind of get what the hacker is saying, there are ways to manipulate these smart contracts, which you already saw with some of these hacks. Essentially, you're flooding a smart, it's almost like a DDoS attack where you're trying to flood a platform by adding so much liquidity. You can start to do things on the platform that didn't expect one user to do by adding so much liquidity in different areas. So I get what they're saying. For this specific one that they're pointing out, I do get SushiSwap. They're like, this wouldn't even work the way you're saying it. The only thing, I guess, for the hacker's point of view, if you really think you can do this and it's a real exploit, even though they're pushing back, do it. Exploit the shit. It's part of the contract, right? It's part of the smart contract. So if they're pushing back, saying no, this isn't going to work, and you saying it is going to work, do it and show them that it will work. And then be like, old boy from Polygon, I want 500,000 back. Like, I don't know. Like, your bill is 750,000. I've already invoiced you. You can have the rest back. So I get what you're saying. I don't think it's possible either with the way things are set up. But I get what the hacker's saying. There are ancillary ways to essentially flood the protocol if you provide a lot of liquidity in some parts. But this is not one of those parts for what I've been seeing so far. And again, this is why no one likes talking about yield farms. This is why nobody's doing videos on yield farming. This is why no one is sharing their yield farms. I know 2 or 3 now, they're not as profitable anymore, but people kept them on the low the last 11 months. No one's telling people about yield farms because every time you tell someone, the reward goes down. So I don't agree with the hacker. I'm with SushiSwap on this, but if the hacker's right, stop talking, get the hacking. That's what you do.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say, stop talking and get the hacking. Change your hat to black.
Like, hey, you know, if you say I can steal $1 billion from you and somebody say no, you can't, take the $1 billion.
Yeah, take the billion. At the very least, you can demand 10% of it just as IP address. You'd be like, man,
what happened? Your IP address
weak ass 40,000. I want 100 million.
Your IP address bad. What you doing? Ain't nobody gonna see you about it. Almost half of crypto owners turn to celebs like Kim Kardashian for advice, survey says. I know Bitcoin Zay, you got to dip out, go ahead, all good, but a surprisingly large proportion of crypto owners report they will purchase a crypto asset because it is endorsed by a celebrity or influencer. Before you leave Bitcoin Zay, what are your thoughts on people purchasing crypto or making their trades or investment strategies based off of an endorsement by a celebrity influencer? In 2021, I still didn't know this is a thing. Every time I see celebrity endorsement commercials out here, I'm like, why are y'all paying them? Like, do you really think people are going to buy X, Y, and Z because of this celebrity? Well, it turns out, yes, they actually are just going to buy X, Y, Z because of celebrity. What are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. So for any new altcoin project to succeed, they need one thing, dumb money. They need enough dumb money for the price to go up so that the people who either created it or the insiders can dump on them and make money. So out of the 2,200 United States adults that they surveyed, 45% say they would likely seek exposure to a digital asset if it's endorsed by a celebrity, compared to just 20% overall. The reason why I think it's double that amount, and the reason why I think this is real, is because of examples like when Kim Kardashian pushed out Ethereum Max. It went up 116,000% in one day or 1 week. So people see that, think they can get rich quick. And I think a lot of the people who respond to this are younger people. Where's the dumb money come from? A bunch of 20-year-olds who have never experienced investing, don't know anything about money itself, and this may be their first time actually getting some money to try and, capitalize. So I think that's where that dumb money comes from. I think that's where the celeb worship comes from. And I do not understand it because every time you throw a celeb in there to promote something, that should be a red flag in your mind. So, do what you want with that. But if you just look down the list of celebs, whatever they promoted, if it wasn't Bitcoin, it's usually some bullshit. But I hope the celeb worship stops. I hope most people can start doing their own research. But again, we're talking about young, probably 20, 30-year-olds who have never invested before.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, from that point of view, for sure. Coming from, I was about to say, I'm not going to smash all the young folks because every time I talk to somebody older and they're telling me some of the projects they're into, but on the flip side, they're not into those projects because of celebrity endorsement. So I do agree and get what you're saying. Yeah, it's crazy to see. And like you said, the 116 percent pumps. The only reason why I could see someone doing it is because it's like there's a celebrity index that people will buy it, not understanding that they are making that index themselves. But yeah, 116,000% in just 1 week from someone who never talks about cryptocurrency. Like, and this is what I mean, people, when we talk about projects, about community. The community is important, even if the project is terrible, because the community has money coming from outside sources. They're going to pump it right back into it. So while we don't agree with it and we see the egregiousness of it, it is what it is. Really quick comments. Satoshi Slim, dumb money, don't make none, live hunt game. People are still want to be led and told what to do. So all they need is an influencer so they can at least point the finger if it doesn't work. People can't think for themselves. Live hunt game. I actually really came to that full conclusion a couple of years ago. It hurt my soul, but give the people what they want. Like, it is like, whatever. That's what they want. Give them what they want. But I fully agree with you as well. Roland wishes to have friends. Never in crypto tell me they're buying Ethereum Max because of Kim K's post. I tried to tell them. You already know it. Leroy Forbes says almost half the crypto owners part that breaks my stomach. Kiani says SushiSwap hacked uni to be where it is. Hey, what comes around goes around. Alec G, our in-house moderator, we'll get Alec on the show soon. He's back from Mexico and learning how to spend that crypto down there. But he said there's a nice yield farm on Trader Joe with that airdrop they gave to the Ethereum AVAX bridger. So there you go, folks, as well. And last but not least, thank you for this comment. Track PFC Wells says, and you can make your own liquidity pool. Most folks don't know that either. You really can, people. On almost most of these platforms right now, the DeFi platform, SushiSwap, like, you can actually go in and create your own liquidity pool. It's like literally a spot that says liquidity. You just click it. We show you that in the masterclass. You can add whatever pair you want to. And if people actually start to use it and lock value in, and boom, there you go. So like we said, those algorithms are already written so that the more liquidity you add, you don't just ape out and get all the rewards. It wouldn't make sense like that. Other than that, Bitcoin, you have anything?
Nothing from me. Be in DC this weekend, so all my DC people, hopefully it's much better than New York. Hopefully nobody asking me for my papers when I get down there. I just want chicken and mumbo sauce and to walk down Georgia Ave. I don't ask for much, man.
No, DC ain't playing that. Not at the dun. It's time for the percolator. We're gonna be in there. All right, make sure you smash that like and share. Check out the masterclass if you have not already. And we will see you all tomorrow for Fuck Bitcoin.